Hey golf people, on today's episode I'm checking out the MGI Zip Navigator. Woo, it makes playing golf a little bit easier in Florida, I'll tell you that, because it has been getting steamy. And now I'm footloose and fancy free. You probably saw the sweat dripping off of my hat the other day. And that's because Florida has gotten up into the mid-90s here this summer. It's really humid in Tampa. And I'm walking doing these things all the time. So the fine folks at playbetter.com told me that they had a little surprise for me to make golf just a little bit easier here in the summer. And that is my new automatic trolley. What's nice about this thing is the setup is really easy. And in fact, it was created or engineered by people who thought about how baby carriages work. For all you dads, you know how those things fold up really nice. Well, this thing does too. So the setup's really simple. It's really stable. Like right now, if you can see it, I'm on a hill. I'm on a side hill and it's going just straight. And if it wasn't going straight and it started veering to the right, we'd have problems with that lake right there. So this thing comes with a remote, so it's not tracking you automatically. And that makes it a little bit safer, they tell me, because if it was just following behind me, there's a chance it hits something or someone, falls into a lake. You don't want that to happen. So these controls make it really simple. The more you push this button, the faster it goes. If I keep pushing that, it's gonna keep going faster and faster. I can simply slow it down by hitting that. There's 10 speed adjustments on this thing, and I'll tell you what, when you hit the stop button, let's say you're heading through some water or a bunker or something like that, that thing stops pretty much on a dime. This thing comes to a stop really fast, which is nice because we got a lot of water on this course, and just 2 weeks ago I actually had a cart go down with about $5,000 worth of things I was testing in the bag into the swamp. That was not fun. What's nice is you've got that big red stop button right there to make it a little easier for you. If you don't want to use the remote and you actually want to use your hands, maybe you're going up a really hilly area, playing in some sand dunes like I was up in Whistling Straits, you actually have the controls here as well, and you can sort of guide it, which is pretty nice as well. Push that button once and it stops. The range on this thing is also incredible because you can be really far away from it, as much as a football field, and this remote will still work with it. Now, you probably won't want to be that far away, to be quite honest with you, because there's just too many obstacles on a golf course that you want to avoid, but it's nice to know that if you had to, you could do it. I've also been really surprised at how stable it is going up and down hills, even side hills, where it somehow kind of corrects itself. I don't know how they've done it, but they've engineered this thing so that it's very, very stable. And I've got a lot of expensive camera equipment and other things in this bag, as you can see. I wouldn't want that thing to drop. And it's been doing really well. Up a hill, can it make it? Without dumping my clubs, it did. Wow. We're going downhill then uphill. Let's see how it navigates this thing here. This is about as big of a hill as we have in Florida. I'm gonna give it a little gas, or motor. Yeah, perfect. Danger test here as we have to navigate this apron. Seems to steer very well. It's really easy to control. If you've ever played a video game or Mario Kart or had an RC car as a kid, flown a drone, or just had a television remote. Now it's got a really solid, sturdy design as well. That's aluminum, the frame, and gives it a lot of stability. I don't know exactly how long these things will last because this is the first time I'm trying it, but I've got to imagine the build quality will have these things last for quite some time. They do have a warranty on them, so you're covered there in case there's problems with the battery or the engine or any of it. So you can feel really confident when you buy one of these things. On top of it, if you buy it at playbetter.com, where I get all my golf technology, you've got an easy, hassle-free 30-day return policy. If you don't absolutely love it, you can always return it. The Zip Navigator is powered by this 24-volt lithium battery here. This whole thing is a battery, in fact. And if you want to store this thing and you don't want it to actually lose battery, what you do is you just leave it up like that. If this is down, the battery is on, and you've got your battery indicator right here to tell you. But if that thing is flipped up, you can save power, and this thing can be stored pretty much indefinitely. I mean, you're gonna have a little bit of drain probably, but it's not gonna be all that bad. But when you're ready to rock and roll, this engages it, it turns the remote on, and it turns on the power, and you are ready to go. Now, in terms of charge time, it's gonna be about 4.5 hours for this thing to charge. So very similar if you've got an electric car like a Tesla or something like that. You're just gonna charge this thing overnight, it's gonna be ready for you in the morning, and you're gonna be good to go. Now, MGI guarantees that this will last for a minimum of 36 holes. And if you're playing a flat course like I am here in Florida, you're gonna get quite a bit more out of it, they tell me, but they guarantee you 36 at the absolute minimum, no matter where you're playing. Now, what happens if this thing stops and the battery actually dies out on the golf course? You're not completely out of luck, which is nice. You can actually just take the wheels out just a little bit and it will work just like a push cart or a trolley. By the way, what do you call it? Is it a trolley? Is it a cart? Let me know down below in the comments what the proper way to say it is for you. I'll show you how fast it can go. That is maximum on grass, which is really as fast as you want it to go. That's plenty fast right there. This right here is the lake that got me. That lake got me last week. I was playing with my friend Patrick, who you see on this show from time to time. He's English. And I parked my cart, my push cart. I walk away from it, I thought I locked it, and I just hear Patrick say, "Trolley, trolley." I look back, and that thing is going right down into the lake. We pull out all the clubs, the rangefinders, the Garmin, electronics, everything that Play Better has sent me over the last month or so to test out. All these things I'm reviewing, it's an absolute disaster. Pull it out, start drying everything off, and I'm like, wait, where's my cell phone? Where's my keys? Go back in, I get my iPhone. Luckily that works. I get back to my car after the round, I push the button, luckily that worked. I got really lucky, guys, but we're gonna try and see if we can navigate it with the Zip Navigator in the most treacherous part of this course where it could easily go down in the water. We'll find out. Slow and steady wins the race. You'll see where it gets really narrow here in a second. This is the exact spot right here. We're coming up to it, where it went right down that hill. Tell you what, it's pretty easy. Mission accomplished. All right, here's another cool feature of this thing. Just makes it a little bit easier. I can summon it, so rather than like going back to my cart, I can just bring it to me, and it saves me those steps, which that's the difference between me looking like I just got out of a swimming pool at the end of the afternoon and enjoying this golf round of mine. Okay guys, this is my 17th hole of the day, so I'm just about to wrap things up here as the rain's coming in Tampa. And what is my final verdict on the Zip Navigator? I'm gonna give it a solid 4.5 out of 5. I love almost everything about it. The only thing that I wish would maybe change, that they could possibly improve in the future, would be some sort of maybe a wristband or something that could sense your movements, and maybe it would actually go based on which way your wrist was turning or something like that. The remote in your pocket, a little bit of a drawback to me, but apart from that, really love it. So I'm going 4.5 out of 5 on the MGI Zip Navigator. So how about you? Are you considering getting yourself an electric caddy like this one? Let me know down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope to see you next time on another edition of Let's Play Through.